All right, welcome back everyone. My name is Pritesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me here today. In this video, I've got some very interesting information that I wanted to share with you all. We're taking a look at this article from Cointelegraph, Cardano Dwarfs Tezos after Shelley hard fork. So some interesting points that were mentioned here. I wanted to give you all some of my perspective. We can even see here some conversation between Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson and EOS founder Daniel Larimer. So very interesting points that were made here between those two, and I wanted to share with you all some of my thoughts regarding that. Also, if you do hold your Cardano or your ADA on an exchange, this is going to be very important, especially if you are a user of Binance. Binance recently coming out and stating an update on where they are currently in the process of upgrading to the Shelley era for Cardano. So I wanted to give you guys my thoughts regarding that. Also taking a look at a price chart from Cardano Dan. Cardano Dan doing amazing things. He does some of the best charting and technical analysis for Cardano on crypto Twitter. So I want to give him a huge shout out. Really enjoy his work, and I wanted to share with you all my perspective on where the price could potentially be heading here in the very near term. And lastly, if you guys stick around to the very end, giving you all my perspective on what we can anticipate moving forward. So in just a few minutes, we are going to be finishing up the first epoch for Shelley on the Cardano mainnet. So giving you guys some thoughts on where we are at now and what we can look forward to coming up in the very near future. So all of that is going to be here in this video, so stay tuned. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. To get things started, if you guys do find some value from this video, please be sure to drop a like for me. It definitely does help out the channel. If you haven't done so already, and if you want to stay up to date with everything related to the Cardano project, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I want to keep you guys up to date and informed as best as I can. Be sure to click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. If you do have any comments or questions about anything that we're talking about today, go ahead and let me know down in the comment section. So what we're taking a look at here in this article, we can see from Cointelegraph, QuantStamp CEO Richard Ma was stating his opinion regarding the Cardano Shelley hard fork, and he believes that it will be on par with Ethereum 2.0 in terms of the best code being written within the blockchain space. So according to him, he says it's clear they've put a lot of internal effort to solidly test and properly engineer the code, and it's really shown through the smooth launch. We also recently audited Prism from ETH 2.0, and we would say that in terms of quality, similar to Prism, it is one of the best code bases we've seen. And he goes on to say that the move to the Shelley era means Cardano will be the second most popular smart contract platform, second only to Ethereum by the end of the year. As a proof-of-stake system, it now dwarfs Tezos. So that is incredible to hear from him, considering also that we have just now transitioned over to Shelley. So comparing something like Cardano and Tezos, we don't yet have smart contracts, but seeing that the foundations that have been laid by IOHK, by Emergo, and the Cardano Foundation are so solid, I mean, we're essentially building on granite. So I think what that means for Cardano going forward is that it's going to be a very interesting rest of the year to see these smart contracts being implemented on Cardano. And speaking of that, Charles Hoskinson and Dan Larimer actually had a bit of banter on Twitter. So some of the points in the conversation was Charles Hoskinson stating that smart contracts and native assets are coming this year. Our latency is lower than Ethereum's, and the dominant DeFi platform Hydra brings it to sub-second. To quote Satoshi, "I'm sorry, I don't have the time to explain it to you." And this is in response to Daniel Larimer coming out and saying that your protocol doesn't work for applications other than currency. The confirmation latency is too long for most of DeFi and completely unsuitable for most use cases. What are the material facts I'm wrong about? So, I love the back and forth banter between all of these giants within the crypto industry. I think it really does help to improve the game that each one of these players brings to the table. So as far as what I think regarding these two topics, so we can see smart contracts, native assets, it's all going to come down to what happens with developers building on these platforms. So we can see as far as projects like Ethereum and EOS And even they were mentioning Tezos in this article. It really comes down to the user experience for developers to build these applications. With Cardano, what they're doing is they're building the Plutus smart contract language, which is built using Haskell. And this is going to be a very user-friendly interface for these developers to build these things, such as smart contracts and these DeFi protocols. Now, there's going to be a whole litany of things that can be built on these smart contract protocols. But from what we're seeing currently in the market, as far as Ethereum goes, and Ethereum definitely has a big leg up in terms of development in this industry, we can see that DeFi is currently the dominant factor when it comes to smart contracts. So for Cardano to even be able to capture a fraction of that market share, I think it's really going to be game changer. Charles Hoskinson also mentioned something like an Ethereum token converter. So having something like that where you can actually port an Ethereum token over to Cardano and use the best of both worlds from Ethereum and Cardano, or even if you wanted to transition specifically to Cardano, you would be able to do that using a scalable and interoperable blockchain. So very cool. Those are just some of my thoughts regarding that. I think it's really fun to see the back and forth banter between these industry leaders. I think it really does inevitably lead to a superior product for the end user. So time will tell. I'm very interested to see how that develops when we actually see Goguen. If you do hold Cardano on an exchange, this is going to be very important information for you. So Binance US, I've been keeping up to date with all of the exchanges and how they've been able to transition over to the Shelly era for Cardano. So Binance being one of the largest and one of the most open exchanges, and luckily one of the most transparent, they've actually come out and saying that their team is working on it and we're hoping for a resolution shortly. Thanks for being patient. We'll post an update as soon as the wallet is active again. So if you do hold your Cardano on an exchange, I would recommend that you reach out to your provider so that way you're able to see exactly when they intend on allowing for deposits and withdrawals again after they've upgraded their infrastructure. I'm actually a user of KuCoin, and unfortunately I wasn't able to get a solid answer on when these exchanges actually plan on implementing this infrastructure. So for Binance, I got to give them big kudos. I know they've got a huge user base, so for them to be as open and transparent as they have, I really do respect them for that. So if you do hold your Cardano on an exchange, I would recommend that you reach out to the exchanges. Go ahead and let them know that you'd like to see about their timeline for when they can anticipate being ready to resume withdrawals and deposits. But Binance is looking like it should be ready to go very soon. Next, I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts and perspective on where we could potentially anticipate the price for Cardano here very soon. So this price chart is from Cardano Dan. If you guys are not already following Cardano Dan on Twitter, go ahead and check him out. You can follow him at Cardano Dan. He produces some of the best content related to Cardano on Twitter. I would recommend it. I always enjoy his content, so I want to just give him a big shout out. But as far as what we got here, this is his price chart. We can see a channel, very simple. We can see support and resistance lines drawn here, and Cardano has been trending very nicely within this upward trending channel. So where we are right now, price is just under 13.5 cents. It definitely could be different depending on when you're watching this video, but I think that if we continue to maintain this upward sloping channel, we are completely on track to continue this upward trend. Even if we break outside of it very briefly, with this market, it's completely dominant by these whales. So if these whales decide all of a sudden they wanted to go ahead and move this market one way to the downside, it could definitely happen, but I do think that we've got a solid chance of bouncing right back up into this channel. So keep an eye on that. We can see right now price is around just about 13.5 cents. Looking like maybe 18 to 20 cents could be our next potential price target. So let me know what you guys think. What are your plans as far as accumulating Cardano? Are you going to be staking with a pool? Are you going to be holding your Cardano on an exchange? Go ahead and let me know down in the comments section. So next up, I wanted to share with you all some information on where we are at currently with the Shelly era for Cardano. So in just a few minutes here, we're going to be finishing up Epoch 0. So next after that is going to be Epoch 1. Now this is going to be taking place here on August 3rd. So very exciting news for ITN users. If you were staking or delegating during the incentivized testnet, you will now be able to claim your rewards using your 15-word rewards wallet recovery phrase. So if you have already restored your wallet using the Daedalus wallet, this is the best way to do that. I would recommend Deadalus to go ahead and do this. It's the same exact process, but you want to make sure you use the 15-word wallet recovery phrase for your rewards wallet that you created on the ITN. So very excited about that. If you were participating in the incentivized testnet, you now will receive real ADA as far as your rewards for participating in the incentivized testnet. So very exciting. Moving forward, we will see Epoch 2 starting on August 8th. So now this is when the first blocks will be produced by pools. So what's going to happen here, there is a stake snapshot that's taken place. Now this isn't the same snapshot that we're used to in the normal sense of the term. So it's a little bit different in the sense that if you are delegating to a pool, your delegation will become active at the beginning of the second epoch, and that is when your pools will start producing blocks. So within this entire epoch, your pools are going to start helping to maintain the network, and it's going to happen in a gradual basis. So over time, we're going to see that the pools are going to begin to take control over more of the control of the network. It's going to be more distributed and more decentralized as time goes on. And what we can see is that the pools will begin to produce blocks continuing up into the third epoch, and the first rewards will be distributed on August 18th. So very exciting. I think the month of August is going to be quite an eventful one as far as being able to actually see the Shelly launch take full effect and rewards begin to be paid out after each epoch. And lastly, I wanted to give an update on the current status of where we are with the Daedalus wallet. So I know many users and many stake pool operators, myself included, have had issues with Daedalus not showing all of the pools on the user interface for the wallet. So now, for those of you who have considered delegating to Kaizen stake pool, I really do appreciate your patience and your support. This is just one of those things, we're going through it, and we're looking forward to actually seeing this working for everyone. So right now, Charles Hoskinson coming out and showing that 676 pools are now on our new Daedalus build. New version coming out soon, likely by today, to fix the presentation issue. So hopefully there will be a new version of Daedalus that you'll be able to download so that you can see all of the available pools that are available for delegation. So this has been a concern for many stake pool operators. If you are currently looking for Kaizen stake pool, again, I really do appreciate your patience. We should see a new version of Daedalus likely by the end of the day today, which you'll be able to go ahead and download and start delegating your ADA. Currently, Kaizen stake pool is up and running. We are ready to receive your delegation. We are going to be working really hard to bring in some nice rewards. Currently, we are at over 733 active pools. So the network is growing tremendously, and it's really incredible to see all the participation from everyone in the community. So guys, that is what I have for you all here in this video. Quite a jam-packed episode for you guys today. I really do hope that you enjoyed it and that you did find some value from this video. Again, if you did, please be sure to drop a like for me. And if you haven't already delegated your ADA, please be sure to consider Kaizen stake pool. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.